Hello everybody, welcome to Dandelion Cottage. Today is Paper Crafting Saturday and I'm Leslie Watkins. So it's a beautiful day today. It's autumn and the pumpkins are ripening. I picked my first pumpkin this week. It's really kind of beautiful to be outside in these amazing autumn colors. And all of that means that we're also getting very close to Halloween. So I have a special paper crafting box for you today. It's a Halloween treat box and it's fairly elaborate. This is not what we would call a casual stamper's project. This is more of an avid crafter's project, but I think it'll give you lots of inspiration and maybe inspire you to make something a little extra special this year. So let's get started. Come on. There we go. So I'm using this suite that's in the holiday catalog. This is called Magic in This Night, and it's actually very elegant. It has all these beautiful designer series papers. It has the stamps and dies, an embossing folder, glitter paper, embellishments, and a spider webby ribbon. And this is what the stamps and dies look like. All right. And just to give you an idea of some of the things that you can do with it, here is a page of inspiration. But we're going to do something entirely different. And I'm adding to my supplies today this set, the Arrange a Wreath bundle, and this comes with a series of dies, and let me see if I can show you them, page 173, because we're not actually going to be using the stamps on this today. We're going to be using these circular wreath dies, and I'll give you a better look at that in just a minute. I have Memento black ink and Cajun Craze. I've got a mini pizza box here, and I've already sponged it with Cajun Craze ink. And on the inside, it has this shiny surface, which is food safe. So you can use this box to put cookies, brownies, spooky treats, whatever you like. And to prepare for today's class, I've already made a number of die cuts, but I just wanted to demonstrate one to you so that if you're not familiar with what a die cut is, you'll get a sense. So I'm using this machine. It's a manual machine. It's not electric. It's all motorized by your muscles. And I've got a little scrap of basic black cardstock. I'm just going to put that between my plates. And then I have this very pretty die, which is going to cut out some lace for us. So I'm just going to put the die on top of the cardstock, and then I'm sandwiching it between these two plates, and I'm just going to run that through the machine. I'm just turning the crank, and then it pops out the other side, and you take away your die and you get something that looks like that. Isn't that amazing? This is so fine and so delicate. It's actually a lot like actual lace. And the selection of die designs that are available is huge. It's extensive. So it's not just lace, but it's also boxes, and for Halloween there are spiders, flowers, all sorts of things. So I'll show you a few more dies in just a minute. And what I want to do is make sure that I put my die back in its envelope because I don't want to lose that. And you can see in this particular set there are bats and labels and spiders, there's flowers, more bats, and leaves. So this is a very cute set to have. And here is the stamps that go with this set, and I've already used this large spider stamp, and I'll show you that in just a second. But this is the second die set that I'm using on this project. So it comes with this stamp set, which is very nice. It's seasonal, so you can do something for Christmas, Easter, summer, fall, and you have all of these different sentiments. Have a happy heart day for Valentine's, give thanks for Thanksgiving, Easter, best wishes for your everyday occasion, and Merry Christmas. This is a pretty nice set to have. And then it comes with, if you get the bundle, all of these dies, and these are really pretty nice set to have because you have these circular dies to make wreaths, flowers. You have dies to cut out all of the different things in the stamp set. This little heart for Valentine's Day, so it's pretty nice. And when you see what I'm doing with it today, I think you'll agree that it's a good one to have. So in my little envelope here, I'll scoot you in so you can get a better view. Turn this way so I can just show you what the lace looks like. So I've got several pieces of lace. I'm not going to use these spiders just yet, but I am going to use this spider that I stamped and cut out. So that's what that looks like. And I have a piece of Cajun Craze and a piece of basic black. The Cajun Craze measures 3 5/8 square, and the basic black measures 3 1/4 inches square. And then I've cut out from the designer series paper one of these spider webs on the Cajun Craze background, and this measures 3 by 3. And I'm going to layer those up. Out of the Arrange a Wreath set, I've cut out the leaves in black, and then I have the berries here in Cajun Craze. And I also cut, or die cut, 3 of these pretty flowers in Cajun Craze. These were also in the Arrange a Wreath die set. So we'll use those as embellishments. And I'm getting overrun by spiders here. They're everywhere. Put them back in their little place. And then I have the several pieces of the black lace. So you're going to need 4 of these to go around the sides of the box. Okay, so I think I'm ready to get assembling. I'll also be using this ribbon today. This is called the, what is the name? The Glittered Organdy ribbon, and this is black with these beautiful sparkles on it. And so I think what I will do is I'm going to get my scrap paper out because I'm going to be gluing, and just using the liquid Tombow glue, I'm just tapping that down so that there's glue in the nozzle. The box goes together really easily. You just gently score it on all these score lines. There we go. And it really is just like a pizza box. And these little boxes come in a pack of 8, so you can have plenty for your treats. And all you do, move this out of the way for a second, is just fold in the sides, okay, and then fold this flap over and snap it into place, and there's your cute little box. But before I assemble it, I want to get my decorations on there. So I'm going to begin in the front of the box. So if you see how this goes together, this double flap is in the front. So this is going to be the side of the box facing front. And I have one of these lace pieces which is just a little bit shorter than the rest. I'm just going to use that one. And I'm going to snip it because I want the lace to come along. Oops, I'm sorry. I want the lace to come along just like this, but I want to leave room for that thumb hole. So I'm just going to center that on there. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to snip this piece out here. So let me see how this looks for a second. There. Okay, so it looks something like that. So I just snipped that little triangle out, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to shorten on the sides, but I can do that after I glue it on so it's exact. So I'm just putting some dots of glue in the thicker area of the design. Okay. And this is the only piece that needs to be snipped like that. And then putting it on the box so that the straight side is up near the top. And by the top I mean the top of the side, which is just along that score line. All right. So now once that's on there, actually what I'll do is I'll put the other ones on and give that a chance to dry a little better. So let's go ahead and put the other 3 sides on. So the same thing, I'm just going to do the same thing each time. Now later this month I'm going to be having a special Zoom Halloween party where we're going to make a number of treat boxes, not as elaborate as this one, much simpler ones, and I will show you that on Monday during Marvelous Monday. But everybody is invited to come and bring a friend, and there are going to be prizes for the best Halloween hat, because since we're going to be on Zoom and we'll be able to see each other's heads, I thought it'd be fun to have a little contest where you could create your own special hat, and whoever is selected as the winner is going to get a Halloween paper pumpkin set. And I will share the link with this below so that you can take a look at that after I do the video, because it takes me a minute to get all of the supplies that I've used and everything keyed into the description box. Alright, so just a couple more. And this is very easy to do. just little dots. This glue is quite strong and very versatile, and a little bit goes a long way. And I'm just looking to see that I've got that on there so that the little diamond cutout is still on the side of the box. So if you center that just right, you can get it on both sides so it works. And one more. Here we go. And I've also included under the description box, I've put the host code for October. And what that's good for is when if you decide you want to get any of these supplies that I'm using today, and I'm going to post those also after the video. Let me just get this on here centered. There we go. If you use that host code, if you place an order of $50 or more, you will get a free embellishment from me. So that host code is down below, and you just use that as you're placing your order. There'll be a little box that you can key that in, and you will then be eligible to get the special Halloween embellishment. Okay, so now I'm just snipping off this excess. I'm going to go around on all 4 sides. I'm stuck to my scissors. There we go. Come on. There we go. All right. Oh, 2 more. Okay. So let me get all this out of the way. And now I'm going to take my bone folder and give this a good burnishing, because I want to make sure that that lace doesn't lift off. There we go. Look how pretty that looks. Just you know, the detail on some of these dies is just so fine. And look at the design. It's just gorgeous. All right, so let's get the top of the box now. This is the bottom, and I have these pieces that I want to layer up. So I'm going to put my spider off to the side for a minute. And the designer series paper, not only did I cut it so that it had this complete spider web intact, but I also sponged. Let me bring out a little tiny bit. I also sponged the edges, so it's got a nice Cajun craze edge that makes it look very finished. And using my Tombow glue again, I'm just going to go close to the edge but not at the edge. I'm staying about maybe 2/8 of an inch away, 1/4 of an inch. And I'm placing that on the black cardstock and just pushing that until it's nice and even and has a border around all the edges. There we go. And then the same thing here. Actually, before I do that, I just want to give it a nice burnish. I'm big on burnishing. I think that it really shows in the finish of your projects, just, you know, how much care you take to get these things stuck down nicely and with your nice crisp folds. Okay, and then the same thing on the black mat. And this just gives us a little bit of a border peeking out, very fine. Get that moved over enough. That looks pretty good. Okay, so there is our base for our artwork, and I'm going to put that on the lid of the box, but before I do, I want to attach some ribbon. So this again is the glittered organdy ribbon in black, and I want plenty because I want enough to be able to go around the box and also to have enough left over to tie a nice bow. And I'm just cutting that at an angle. And I'm going to place this, move these things over a little bit, on the box so that it ties over here. So if I just fold it in half and find my center. Okay, so here's the center of my ribbon. I can put that right here, and I'm just going to rest that on my box for a second while I get out my double-sided tape. So this is the tear tape, and this is very easy to use. I'm just going to peel off a little bit, so about that much, about 2.5 inches, and I'm going to run that in the center. Actually, I'm not going to run it in the center. I'm going to put it off to the side a little bit because I don't want it to interfere with this little tab here. So I'm just going to put this there. Okay. And then peel the backing away. That needs a little bit of a burnish to make it stick down well. Okay. Just put that right there. Oops. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom. Okay. All right, so this is what we've got so far. We've got the ribbon adhered to the box with the tear and tape. We've got our lace on our sides, and now going back to the lid of the box, I'm going to add my glue again. Okay, and that's just going to go centered over the ribbon on the top. And I'm just shifting that over a little tiny bit to make sure that I've got that right where I want it. Okay, give that a little burnish. Okay, isn't it gorgeous? Look how fine those details are. Just lovely. All right, now we can assemble the box. So I'm just going to fold in the corner tabs on the bottom. Here's the front, and I'm just folding that over, and it just kind of pops into place. These tabs just go through these little slots that hold it perfectly. And then the lid tucks into the bottom, just like so. And there's our beautiful box. Okay, but we're going to decorate the top now. So the first thing I want to do is I want to take my berries, and I cut these out with the Cajun Craze. And let me see if I can show you what that looks like a little bit better. See that? They kind of look like bittersweet berries. And I see I've got a little bit that I didn't poke out, so I'm just taking my piercing tool and I'm just going and poking out these little tiny bits. I think that's all. Here's one more. There we go. Okay. And I get my scrap out again. And this time I'm dotting my glue around the center of the circle. I'm not going all the way to the ends because I'm going to fold some of these berries so that they pop up a little bit. So I want it to have that 3D effect, so I don't want to glue every little bit down. Okay, that looks pretty good. All right. Got a little bit of glue on the front, so I'm just going to wipe that off before it has a chance to dry. And I have a paper towel here someplace, but let me just get this on here first. There we go. And I'm just going to blot up any excess glue that may have come to the top. And this glue is going to dry clear, so don't worry about it. If you get a little bit of seepage, that's not a big deal. All right, so this is what we have so far. And next I have my leaves. And I'm going to treat these just the same. Let me get a cleaner spot on my scrap here. I'm going to put the glue towards the base of these leaves, so not necessarily towards the tips and not on every single one. Okay, that should be enough. Get this one over there. There we go. Alright, so we'll give those a chance to dry. And I also have these really pretty flowers. I like these quite a lot that come with this Arrange a Wreath set. Okay, and what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to bend the petals up a little bit using my bone folder, so I can just sort of give them a little bit of a dimension so that they curl up. And I'm just doing this very gently so I don't tear them. So it looks something like that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do that to the others. There we go. All right. So now you can also double these up if you like. I'm not going to do that today, but that is always an option if you want to make a fuller kind of a flower. And I have my mini dimensionals here. So I'm just going to take a mini dimensional and put it on the back of the flower in the center. Peel off the backing. And I'm just going to put a little arrangement. I'll put 2 at the bottom. Now don't worry that you can see the white of the dimensional peeking through these holes, because we're going to cover that up with some gems. Alright, so I'm going to put a couple of flowers. I'm going to kind of scrunch them together so that the petals help to hold each other's petals up. And then finally I'm going to put the third one in the upper left, just like that. And then I'm going to take my spider. So here's my beautiful spider, and I'm going to put a dimensional on the back of the spider, just like that. Oh, and I want to just curl these legs down a little bit so that it looks a little more creepy, and really it makes a difference. So there's my creepy spider with the bended legs, and I'm going to place her right there. All right, and then I have these are the beautiful gems that come with this suite, the Magic in the Night suite, and these are called iridescent pearls. Just get these out of the package. Move some of these things away. There we go. And I'm going to start with a great big one. I'm just lifting that up with my scissors. There we go. And I'm going to use this one on the back of my spider. All right, and then I'm going to add, go the smaller ones. Let me see. Yeah, let's see what happens when we put 3 of these on here. I think that should do it. So there's one. There's 2. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to put 3 in the center of each of the flowers, and that covers up the dimensional that's sort of peeking through that center. There you go. And I'm going to give you that website address. So if you'd like to come to my Zoom Halloween party and be in our hat contest for the best hat to win the paper pumpkin, just go to my website at dandelioncottagedesign.com and you will find a tab there that says Notes from Dandelion Cottage, and that's just my monthly newsletter email that I send out to let you know about all the classes that I have coming up each month, and also how to register. Now I can see I left plenty of excess ribbon for tying, and I'm going to leave a lot on this one because I want to be able to fill it up and for my recipient to be able to reuse it. So there it is. There is the beautiful Halloween treat box. You can see the gorgeous lace on all the sides, the beautiful sparkly ribbon, and all of those gorgeous die cuts on the lid with our scary spider. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I'll be back on Monday in time for Marvelous Monday, where I give you a little preview of some of the treat boxes that I'll be doing in the Halloween Zoom. And don't forget that if you wear a costume, you have a chance to win a free Halloween paper pumpkin. This is an all-inclusive kit, so there's all sorts of goodies in here to make some treat boxes for your trick-or-treaters. And this is the host code for October, so if you'd like to get any of these supplies, please use that host code. If you place an order of $50 or more, you will automatically get a free embellishment from me. So stay well, stay creative, and I'll see you next time.